Welcome to Refreshing Delights. I'm your host, Michelle, and I'm here to share my exploration of non-alcoholic beverages or mocktails with you. Like many, I've chosen to eliminate alcohol in the pursuit of a healthier lifestyle, but appreciate they also provide options for those choosing not to drink, for designated drivers, or even expectant parents. Mocktails ensure that everyone at a party or social gathering can raise a glass and join in the celebration. Cocktails and mixology, the art or skill of mixing drinks, has increased in popularity over the past few years and become a part of our culture. Now, with the increase in popularity, numerous alcohol-free alternatives have become readily available. In each of these episodes, we'll explore different flavors achieved by the mixture or blending of ingredients, the techniques used in combining the ingredients, and the presentation of the mocktail through a variety of garnishes and glassware. Hi, welcome to Refreshing Delights. I'm your host, Michelle. Today's episode is going to be all about mocktails using non-alcoholic sparkling wine. So let's get started. All of our cocktails on this episode are going to have our sparkling wine. So we're going to start with our most common mocktail, and that is the mimosa. Of course, all of our drinks don't have any alcohol in them, so we've chosen a non-alcoholic sparkling wine, which we're going to add. So let's get started. First, I'm going to prepare my garnish just because it's the easiest thing to do. I'm going to use an orange. So I'm just going to cut the orange here. And we'll put that to the side. Most times mimosas are a 1-to-1 ratio, so they're 1 part sparkling wine and 1 part orange juice. I don't drink traditionally a lot of juice, so I prefer mine to be a 2-to-1 ratio, but you can mix it any way you'd like. Now the tough part is always getting into the sparkling wine, so bear with me here. I'm gonna remove the package. Of course, the easiest thing to do would be to do that off camera, but that would be half the fun. Okay, we ready? All right. So like I said, it is a 1-to-1 ratio, but I usually make mine about 2-to-1. These glasses are a 6-ounce glass, so we're going to do about 5 ounces in total. So I'm going to do about 4 ounces. And again, of course, you can pour. I'm just going to free pour mine. But like I said, about 4 ounces of champagne and 1 ounce of orange juice. Okay, got our orange juice. And then we've cut our orange just to garnish, so I'm just going to put that on the side. Feel free to float yours in the top, however you'd like to make it. And there we have your traditional mimosa without alcohol. Oh, refreshing. Okay, so the next mocktail we're gonna make is a strawberry mimosa. So we've got our garnish, we've got all the ingredients that we need here. I'm gonna prepare the glass first, so I usually always start with my garnish. I've got some fresh strawberries as well as some orange. So I'm just gonna cut this up I have got a little skewer here that I'm going to stick my strawberry on. And I've got some orange from my mimosa, which I'm also going to use. Okay, so again, we've got our orange and our strawberry, and I'm just going to thread those through to place on the glass at the end. Just a little variety, but you can garnish your drinks, of course, any way you'd like. Just going to put that to the side. So once I've got my garnish ready, I've got my glass, of course. I've got my sparkling non-alcoholic wine that I've already opened. Again, usually with a mimosa, it is a 2 or a 1-to-1 ratio. 1 ounce of sparkling wine with 1 ounce of orange juice. This again is a 6-ounce glass. So I am going to actually do 4 ounces of the sparkling wine. And it's a little bit difficult. So it's oftentimes a little bit hard to pour your sparkling wine into a shot glass. So as I said, this is a 6-ounce glass. So I'm going to do about 4 ounces of the sparkling wine. And then I'm going to do a 1/2 ounce of orange juice and a 1/2 ounce of the strawberry syrup. So about 5 ounces in total in the glass. And I'm going to start with my strawberry syrup because, as you'll remember from a previous episode, we did make this. We cooked the strawberries. If you want to check it out, go and look up the episode. Okay, so again, I'm going to add about a 1/2 ounce of our strawberry syrup, because it probably is quite sweet and quite thick. So let's add that. Oh, that looks great. Perfect pour, didn't spill any there. I do have a little bit left in my shot glass here, so I'm just gonna add that slowly. Again, you'll notice the beautiful rose color. You may want to just stop there and do the strawberry and the sparkling wine, but sometimes just to add a little bit of flavor, we'll add some orange juice as well. So again, I'm going to do a 1/2 ounce of that. And as you saw from the strawberry syrup, you want to be really careful when you pour it in. And so we'll just add that. And then we will add our garnish. I'm gonna actually maybe just top that up a little bit with a little bit more sparkling wine just to bring it to the top. And then we will add our garnish. And there you have your strawberry mimosa. Enjoy. I think I'll take that out first and then I'll enjoy. Oh, it's delicious. Okay, so we're moving on to our next mocktail. This is traditionally called a cure, which is 9 parts wine or white wine and 1 part of black currant liqueur, which is a creme de cassis. We're going to change it up a little bit and make a variation. We're going to make a cure royale, and the difference between a cure royale and a cure is that you exchange the white wine with a sparkling wine. So again, we've made a few changes. I'm going to use blueberries instead of black currant. So I've got a blueberry syrup as well as some blueberries for garnish. I've got my traditional 6-ounce glass. Again, a little hard to measure in a measuring cup or in a jigger with the sparkling wine. So I'm just going to free pour it, but you're going to use about 4 ounces of the sparkling wine. And this, of course, is non-alcoholic. And then I'm going to take a 1/2 ounce, because we're cutting it in half. I'm going to take a 1/2 ounce of my blueberry syrup. And I'm going to add that in. Then I've got some blueberries here that I'm going to use as garnish, although I'm not sure that you're going to see them too well. They will just add a little bit of fun. And they'll float around here on the top. And then just to make your mocktail a little bit more colorful, I've just got some fresh mint here. So I'm just going to take off the bottom leaves and throw that in the glass. And there you have your non-alcoholic Kir Royale. Enjoy. Oh, it's delicious. So let's get started with our next mocktail. This one's called a French 75, and what I love about this one is you can build it just in the glass. No shakers, no special tricks, just build it all in the glass. So we're gonna start, first of all, we've got our non-alcoholic gin. So we're gonna take 1 ounce of it, if I can get the lid off. Okay. Finally got it off. So again, 1 ounce of gin. I'm just going to pour that in there. Next, we need 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. So I'm just going to cut my lemon. And we'll just squeeze that right in. So again, you're going to need 1/2 ounce of lemon juice. Okay. Next, we're going to use a dash or splash of your simple syrup. And again, you'll recall we made this on another episode, so if you want to go back and take a look. So again, just a splash. If you like things a little bit sweeter, you can add as much as you'd like. I'm just going to add a little bit there. And then you're going to top it off with 2 ounces of your non-alcoholic sparkling wine. Again, oftentimes this is tough to pour into a jigger or a shot glass, so you just want to take your time. And we've got 2 ounces there. We'll just add that, like that. And then I like to use a lemon rind as a garnish. So bear with me when I try to peel it here. Maybe what I'll do is sometimes the lemon skins are a little bit difficult. So I'm just gonna start myself off with a little cut there. And there we go. And I'm just gonna peel it. You can make it as long as you want. Apparently I'm gonna make mine that long. And I like to just twist it up a little bit. And just go ahead and throw that in there. And there you have your French 75. Enjoy. So the next mocktail we're gonna make is the Spritz, and it's an Italian wine-based cocktail. It's really simple to make. It's basically a 1-to-1 ratio of your sparkling wine and your non-alcoholic bitter liqueur. Then you just add a splash of soda, and there you have it. So we're gonna start with some ice. I've got some special ice here, and it has an edible flower in it. So if you see something floating around, it is edible, it is a flower, but it's some special ice that I'm gonna use for my mocktail. So again, really difficult to pour sparkling wine into a shot glass, so I'm just gonna free pour again. Again, it's a 1-to-1 ratio, so if you have about 2 ounces or 3 ounces, let's use 3 ounces of the sparkling wine. And the same ratio, we'll do 3 ounces of the non-alcoholic bitter liqueur. And then you wanna have just a splash of soda. Soda's gonna take some of the sweetness away. So again, feel free to use just as much as you'd like. Just a little splash there. Again, I am going to garnish with an orange. So I'm just gonna cut my orange up here. And I like to just leave a little slit down the middle so it'll sit nicely on the glass rim. And there you go. Easy to make a spritz. Enjoy. Delicious. Okay, so very simple mocktail next. This one is called the Black Velvet, and it was created back in about the mid-1800s, and it signified the mourning or the loss of the Queen's husband. And what they did was to celebrate or to honor him, they decided that they were going to take the champagne and darken it with a traditional stout beer. So they poured the stout in with the champagne, and it of course turned black, thus coming up with the name Black Velvet. So we're going to take a little bit of variation here. We've got our non-alcoholic beer and of course our sparkling wine. And this one is an IPA, so it's a little bit lighter than a stout beer, but we will give it a try. So the thought was, because it had sparkling wine or champagne in it, that they would use a flute or a smaller glass. The British wanted it served in a pint glass. So I've kind of chosen something in between, just so that it doesn't have to be topped up too often. So again, you'll notice the IPA is a lot lighter than a stout beer. A stout beer is traditionally a dark ale, like a Guinness. But of course, we're going to use our non-alcoholic beer. And we're just going to pour the sparkling wine over top. And it would traditionally lighten up a stout beer because a stout beer is quite dark. So this is a little bit lighter in color. So I think we'll call this maybe a golden velvet instead of a black velvet. But it is a nice little twist if you're out and just would like a little change on just drinking a traditional non-alcoholic beer. So enjoy. Tastes like a shandy. So we've made about half a dozen different mocktails, and we've used a little over 3/4 of a bottle of sparkling wine. So great suggestion from when you're having people over, you want to try a variety of different mocktails. I hope I've given you a few ideas. And again, all it took was 1 bottle of sparkling wine.